Hi, everyone. Life Coach Krista back with you today to talk about a new topic. And I have to tell you, I have been experiencing some very powerful breakthroughs in my own personal growth lately. And I am just so excited to support you in doing the same. I just finished writing my first book, the first draft. It took me 6 months and it truly felt like it flew by. I am just so excited about this and so looking forward to it. To bring this out into the world, and it should be ready by the beginning of 2025. And it's just so exciting. But on the flip side, I promise you that it wasn't that long ago that my life wasn't all that exciting. And I felt truly miserable. So I haven't forgot what it was like to live with discomfort and anxiety and frustration. I was just so unhappy and making horrible decisions for my health, for my well being. I was at the worst shape of my life. I wasn't proud of the mother and the wife and the sister and the friend and the just person that I was being. So I haven't forgotten. It wasn't that long ago. And that is exactly why I do what I do, because I want to take all that I have learned, all the pain and suffering, all the trials and tribulations. And I want to guide you on your own transformation journey in a much smoother way because now I have a roadmap that works. So I would ask you, could you use some support? What are you ignoring and putting off in your life? We all know this, but I feel like it bears repeating. We don't have to wait for the new year to refocus on ourselves. Let this be your nudge to look at things closer now and don't put it off. All right, so back to today's topic. I want to talk about friction in our lives, those sticky areas where things feel off balance, stressful, or overwhelming. You know, that stuff that keeps coming up no matter what we do to try to ignore it. And I'll tell you, like with the upcoming election, I've noticed how easy it is for negativity and tension to really creep in, whether it's from the news, the conversations, your email, the text, the phone calls, or even our thoughts, right? And everyone has something to say on social media. But here's the key: what we shine a light on, we can change. And that's what I want to explore with you today. What could we shine a light on in your life to notice those areas of friction and make a difference? Friction can really show up in sneaky ways. It's not always a major conflict. It can just feel like overwhelm, frustration, or just a lack of a motivation. And let's be honest, it's a lot easier to just stick with familiar patterns than face what feels so hard to change. I mean, we don't even know about how to go about changing ourselves, right? Doesn't sound very easy. And so friction can look different for everyone. But I'm just going to grab a couple ways that friction could maybe be showing up in your life, right? Maybe you're feeling stuck in your job, but not exploring new options because it feels really daunting. Or maybe you're putting up with draining conversations or relationships out of habit. Maybe you're procrastinating on important goals because the path forward feels so unclear. Maybe you're holding on to resentment over things outside of your control, right? Maybe you're just not feeling good about the way that you're showing up in whatever role that is for you: wife, mother, daughter, sister, friend, employee. These small points of friction can pile up over time and really weigh us down. And the more energy we give to what's not working, the less space we have for growth, healing, and new possibilities, right? That's the most important thing. When we have all this friction and we're not processing it, it's blocking us from what's possible. And again, I know this firsthand because I used to get so wrapped up in what wasn't going the way that I wanted. And just take my career, for example. I was obsessed over what wasn't perfect, what wasn't right, and how things I thought were always going to be stuck the same way because I couldn't see any possibility. So it just left me stuck in a cycle of frustration. My focus on what was wrong blinded me to the opportunities that were truly right in front of me. And looking back, I can see that that friction was almost like becoming a comfort. It felt safer to stay focused on what was familiar, even if it was frustrating. And, that felt easier than opening myself up to new possibilities. Staying stuck wasn't serving me. And so once I did shift my mindset, everything started to change. So, what I want to give you today are a few things you can try to help shift you from that friction and focus on what you could open yourself up to, what is possible, right? So, the first step is you've got to identify the sources of friction. Make a list of the areas in your life that feel where you feel stuck or frustrated. It could be relationships, work situations, habits, or even your thoughts, right? The way you are talking to yourself. The second one is ask yourself, does this serve me? Once you identify those areas, reflect on it. Is this serving me? If not, what is one small step I can take? Maybe you need to set a boundary. Maybe you need to let go of something. Maybe you just need to try a new approach. Or maybe you just need to pause and let space and time and clarity come about. That was a big one for me. Trying to fix everything, right? Instead of just giving it space to let it kind of work itself out a little bit. Number 3, create a mental space for new ideas. When you catch yourself stuck in frustration, you got to pause, you've got to take a deep breath, and you've got to ask, what's one possibility I haven't considered yet here? That simple question can create space for new thoughts and solutions to emerge using your prefrontal cortex, your intelligent part of your brain, not the one rooted in scarcity and fight and flight and fear. Number 4, reframe your challenges as growth opportunities. This has been huge for me. Life is not supposed to be smooth all the time, and often our challenges can actually come with these hidden lessons. And so instead of resisting all the hard stuff, because immediately your brain puts it in a good or bad bucket, right? Hard or easy. Just resist that, right? And notice and say, wait a minute, what is this situation teaching me? That is such a powerful mindset shift because when we shift our focus from friction to possibility, everything can change. By shining a light on your areas of friction, you empower yourself to decide, is this helping me or holding me back? And awareness is the first step toward creating a life that feels aligned with you and feels meaningful. I am walking this path right alongside of you. I might be some steps ahead, but trust me, you can get there too. Let's keep practicing. Let's notice the friction. Let's shift our focus and let's make space for the new possibilities. I hope today's topic inspires you to take a look at the areas of friction in your life and to take the next first step towards change. Short and sweet today. If you found this helpful, will you please give this video a thumbs up? It really helps me grow my channel so that I can reach more people. You could also subscribe and even share this with anyone that you think could benefit from hearing it. And if you are ready to stop accepting less, let's chat about what your first step could be. I offer affordable coaching options. I know everyone thinks, oh, I couldn't do that. That's probably too expensive. It's going to be too complicated. It's not. I offer them because I know that our brain tells us everything is a barrier when it really shouldn't be. So, how can you really put a price on living your best life? I really want to challenge your thinking of what's getting in the way of moving you forward in your life. So, just take the first step, head over to lifecoachingwithcarissa.com, and you can schedule a free clarity session with me, and we can talk about what that would look like for you. A personalized approach to move you forward with the friction that is weighing you down. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a couple weeks. And until then, take care of yourself and spread some good energy today because the world certainly always needs more of that. Thank you so much. Have a great day.